Welcome all. I'm very happy that you are a part of this course. So first understand what Tableau is and what are the importance. So Tableau is a BI tool and it is used to create the visualization. So if I see in a very simple term, then it helps you to simplify your complex data and derive some visual meaning out of it. So why Tableau is of that much importance now? Because this is the world of data. You see data everywhere. Whenever you go to the mall, you do some shopping, you swipe your card, then it stores somewhere data at the storage space. In the same way, you browse some website, then it all stores the data. So we have data everywhere. We have virtually unlimited storage on cloud. And for that, people need the data analyst, data scientist to transform your data to drive some meaning out of it. So that's why Tableau is now very much important, and it is one of the market leaders in data space, and that's why there is a huge demand of Tableau. So this is a free course for you, and the detailed course we will launch later, and in this course we will cover some basic concept, and that we will extend in our detailed course where we will cover some advanced concept, and that would be the complete boot camp for Tableau. So now see that what are the concepts we are going to cover in this course. First we will see that how to install the Tableau Public, and then we will move to what's the difference between Tableau Desktop and Tableau Public. When I say Tableau Desktop, it means that Tableau Desktop Professional Edition, and when I say Tableau Public, it means that Tableau Desktop Public Edition. So this Public Edition is free and Desktop Edition cost you $70 per user per month. And in the section 2 we will see some of the Tableau basic, where we'll see that about the software walkthrough, that is the Tableau Public one or Tableau Desktop. And then we will see that how to connect to the Excel or CSV file. Then we will see what are the data types in Tableau, and this is three major concepts in Tableau that you should know, that what are the dimensions and measures, what is the aggregation and granularity, and what are the discrete and continuous fields. And after that we will solve a problem here. So for that we will use the bar chart, and in this we will see what are the calculated fields, what are the computed fields, how to split and custom split your data fields, and how to organize the data in hierarchies. And then we will create our bar chart using all this concept. Then we will do some formatting and add colors to our bar chart. Then we will see that what are the computed and manual sort in Tableau, and in the last we will save our work to Tableau Public. So after that we'll see that how to create a dashboard. So dashboard is just the collection of your views, and here we will understand first line chart. So we'll create the line chart here. We'll see that what's the discrete and continuous date parts and date values. Then after that we will see what are the filters, that are the date filters and context filter. Then we will see that how to create a map using geographic data, what are the crosstabs and how to create a crosstab in Tableau. Then we will see that how to create dashboard and add actions, and in the last we will see that how to download the visualization from Tableau Public. So this is the entire roadmap for this course, and as I already told you that in future we will release new course that contains all the advanced topic, and we will see the same topic in a different way. Okay, so thanks all for joining this tutorial, and in the next tutorial we will start the installation of Tableau Public. So thank you. Welcome all. In this tutorial I'll show you how to install the Tableau software. So we will see here in the installation steps for Tableau Public. For Tableau Desktop I will not show you the steps because it has already been installed on my machine. I will just show you that from where you can download Tableau Desktop, but for Tableau Public we will see all the steps. Right, so let me just open the browser, and from there we can see. So this is the tableau.com products desktop download. So from this side you can download Tableau Desktop software. You just need to provide your email, then click on download free trial. It will download the exe on your machine, and from there you just need to double click on that and then just go through the steps, and it will install the Tableau Desktop software. For Tableau Public you have to go to public.tableau.com, then downloads. Here you need to provide your email address. Let me just provide mine. Click on download the app. So it start the downloading of this exe. It is around 414 MB. So it will take some time.
So once it is downloaded, go to the file, double click on that. Click on run. Now I'm just accepting the agreement here. Don't send data. Install. Click on the install. Yes. So it will install the binaries. Now it will launch the Tableau desktop. That is the public edition here. So once it is successfully installed, you will see this page, and this is the very first screen of Tableau Public. But to publish anything on the public URL, we need to first create our profile. So let me just again go to the same site, and here we have to sign up. Click on the sign up option on the right hand side. Provide your details, name, email address, password with some minimum requirement here. You need to follow that requirements. Confirmation of password. I'm not a robot. Yep. Create my profile. So it will assign one URL to your profile. Okay, so you can see that this is your Tableau Public profile. Okay, so for the installation of Tableau Public, you need two things. First, the installer need to be downloaded, then execute that installer, and that it will install all the binaries, and then you have to sign up to the Tableau Public. Right, so this is our Tableau Public, and if you connect to any of the file, let's say we have some sample here. So go to the sheet 1. This we will all see in the later tutorials, that how these are and what are the navigation. And let's say we have just simple total sales, something here. Okay, don't worry if you are not, obviously you are not able to understand here, don't worry about it, we will see in detail. And now you need to save to the Tableau Public. Click on the file, save, and then whatever the profile we have created, you just need to provide the email address as well as the password for that profile. Click on sign in. Let's say it's installation, save. So you can see that saving workbook to Tableau Public. So it saves your this workbook to the Tableau Public. Okay, so this is our sheet 1. So you can see that it is published here. And let's see the few important properties in your Tableau profile, public profile. Okay, so click on this right icon, that is this image, and go to the settings here, and you can see that you have the profile URL. So this is the default URL Tableau assigned, but you can change it. But before that, you need to confirm your email address. Tableau has sent an email to you to activate your profile. Once you are able to activate that one, only then you would be able to change this. So there is another tab, account management. If you want to delete your account, you can use this tab. If you want to sign out from all session, you can use this button. So here we have covered the installation of Tableau Public. So just remember that you have to follow two steps. First is the installation of the software, that is download the installer and then execute the installer so that it will install the binaries on your system. And the second step is to sign up on Tableau Public profile, Tableau Public site, so that will create your Tableau Public profile. Okay, so these are the two steps that need to be followed. And thank you for joining this tutorial. I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. In this tutorial, we will understand the differences between Tableau Desktop and Tableau Public. So first and foremost, Tableau Desktop is a paid software, whereas Tableau Public is free. However, you will get 14 days trial when you sign up in Tableau Desktop. So 14 days you can use in free, and after that you have to purchase. But for this course you can use Tableau Public as well. So I will also use Tableau Public with you. For some of the lecture I'll use Tableau Desktop, and I will let you know that why I'm not using Tableau Public, what is the feature I'm going to use in that lecture that is not available in Tableau Public. But for the holistic perspective, you can use Tableau Public as well. There are only few connectors available for Tableau Public, but in Tableau Desktop we have many. Data limit, there are 10 million rows limit for each connection type in Tableau Public, but in desktop there is no enforced limit. For account space, we have the limit of 10 GB in Tableau Public that we have seen in the previous tutorial when we have gone through the steps for the installation, but there is no limit as such in Tableau Desktop. And this security one, so Tableau Public is, as the name suggests, that it is the public version, and all the files that you publish using Tableau Public software goes to the Tableau Public profile that is on the web. So anyone can access that visualization. So there is no security in Tableau Public, but in desktop you have different options to publish your visualization. So we have the enforced security in Tableau Desktop, right? So let me just open both the software and then we will see. So this is Tableau Desktop. So you can see that we have, these are the connectors, and these are for the more connectors. So this is all the connectors in Tableau Desktop. So this we will see in the later tutorial as well, where we cover data sources. And if I open Tableau Public, so this is the Tableau Public. So let me just open the new data source. Okay, so you can see that we have only few connection type available, right? And we have already seen that in Tableau Public in the previous tutorial, that how to publish the visualization in Tableau Public. Okay, so let me just show you in the Tableau Desktop. So let's say we have some Excel file as a data source. Okay, let me create one visualization on fly so that we will see in next tutorial that how to do it. This is just the sum of total sale for each individual, and so we have the option like here server. Okay, so you can either it is saved to Tableau Public, so it will be available for all, and you can also publish this data source or publish this workbook to Tableau Online or Tableau Server. Okay, so you can provide the server or online URL. So apart from that, you have the option to save the visualization locally as well. So for that you need to click on the file and then click on the save. So you have two file types. I mean, in two ways you can save it. One is TWB file, that is Tableau Workbook, and second is Tableau Package Workbook. So we will see the difference in one of the tutorial later. Okay, so for now you can understand that you have the option to save this file at your local system as well, and then you can share it to the business. Okay, so let me just cancel it. So here we have seen these differences, and we have seen that we have limited connectors in public, but we have all the available connectors in desktop. And also security is that in desktop we have options to publish that file to the Tableau Server, Tableau Online or Tableau Public as well as, and also you can save that file at your local machine. But in Tableau Public we don't have these many choices. So that's all for this tutorial, and thank you for joining. We'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. In this tutorial we will understand about Tableau Desktop and what it offers and how to navigate in Tableau Desktop software.
So let me open Tableau Desktop. This is the very first screen that you will see once you open the software. So on the left hand side you have the connection pane, and you can use this to connect to a different data sources. For the data source and how to connect to a data source, we will have separate tutorial. So here let me just connect to one of the Microsoft Excel file. So in my Excel there were two sheets present: customer information, sales division. So whatever the sheets present, it shows in the left hand side of this data connection page. On the right hand side you have drag tables here. So whatever the sheet you want to use, just drag it over here, and all the data present and all the columns which are present in that sheet will be listed here. So these are all the columns in the sales division C sheet. Now this is the option to create union. For union as well we have a separate tutorial. If you want to create the joins, then you have to drag the sheet here, and Tableau itself connect a join for you. Depends on the common column in two different data sources, but right now we don't have any. And for joins as well we have a detailed tutorial, and so let's not go into that right now. Apart from that, we have this connection type. So by default Tableau always maintain live connection, and this option is not available in Tableau Public. The other connection type is extract. We will see this in detail in another tutorial. And this is the sheet one, and this by here you can create new sheets. So all the work you will do in worksheets, right? Okay, so if you go to the sheet one, then you have all the columns listed. There are few default columns as well that we will see in the later in separate tutorial, right? So this is your view where you can create the charts. So this is your area where you can create the visualization. So this is the place where you will work, and these are all the options. So let's go through the options. So first one is the file tab. If you open it, file menu, then you will have option that new, open. You can export this as a PowerPoint as well. So right now I'm using Tableau Desktop, but if you are using Tableau Public as well, you will find almost same options, only this server menu will not be there. Then you have the data option, and from here as well you can connect to a new data source. You can select to different data sources as well. It is not just Excel, you can select to Microsoft SQL Server as well. So this is the pane for you to select a new data source. For worksheet you can use this one. You can create a new worksheet from here. For dashboard you can create a new dashboard from here. We will have separate tutorial for that. Story is just the collection of worksheet or dashboards. So this is the tab to create the new story. For that as well we will have separate tutorial. This is the analysis menu. In that you have few options that we will use in some tutorials, that percentage and totals and all. Map is used for your map type of chart or map charts, symbol map or something. Okay, so that you can use from here. For formatting, for example, you need to insert the reference line in your chart, or you need to change the font, alignment, borders. So this is the menu for you. For server, this is only present Tableau Desktop, as I already told. From here you can publish it to the Tableau Online or Tableau Public even, or Tableau Server. So you can use from this, and Windows and Help, these are the generic menu, right? And this is the marks card here. This we will use extensively in our later tutorials. Just for now, just see that you have few options here, that is color, size, text, details, tooltips. If you want to hover some of the values, then that is called tooltip. So this is the marks card. If you apply some filters, so this is the filter cards. Okay, so that will be shown over here. This is show me. So this is the quick way to create the charts, right? So let's say you want to create the bar chart. So just hover on this, and you see in the bottom side, you see that here you will just see here, okay, it's 0 or more dimension, 1 or more measures. Okay, so this is these are the dimensions and these are the measures. We will have separate tutorial for this as well. So right now let me just as it says that one or more measures, you can see that these green ones are measure and blue ones are dimension. So these all are dimension and these are measures, right? So let me just drag one total sales. So you can see that total sales is selected over here, and you just see that what are the total sales of the entire data source, right? If you don't want to do it, just remove from here, and then you just select total sales and click on this button, right? So you can see that total sales has been shown over here in the bar chart form. So show me, this is the fast way to create the chart, but we will not use this one because we want to understand that how these can be created. Okay, so we will not use this option. If you want to switch from rows to columns or columns to rows, you can use this option. Okay, it's simply just switch the rows to columns or vice versa. Okay, so this is the option for that. If you want to change the chart width or fit it to the entire view, you can use these options. For example, in the entire view, it just takes the entire view of this area of the view. Okay, so and in the same way you can again change it to the standard. Okay, so this all I wanted to show you, that what all Tableau offers and what are the options available. In the later tutorials, obviously we will use all these options extensively, but right now I just wanted to let you know. So by this we have covered the software walkthrough, and thank you for joining this tutorial. We'll see you in the next one. Hi, welcome all. In this tutorial we will understand that what is a data source, how to connect to a data source from Tableau. Okay, so let's start with the topics. Data source is something which provides data to Tableau. Now it could be your spreadsheet like Excel, it could be your relational databases like Microsoft SQL Server or MySQL, or it could be either cloud-based databases. So whenever we see some charts in Tableau, whether it's a bar chart, line chart, or some other kind of chart, it is built on top of some data sources. Okay, so that we will see in this tutorial, that how to connect to these data sources from Tableau and what are the connectors or data sources available in Tableau. Let me open the Tableau desktop, and from there we will see. So this is one Excel sheet. This is very pretty simple. We have just few columns. Okay, so these are called columns, or you can say attributes, metadata, and these are the rows. Okay, it's very pretty simple that we have only 10 rows and just few columns. Right now let me just go to Tableau desktop and see, here we have this is the connection pane. So here we have the connectors. So this is the file based connectors. So this is common in Tableau desktop and public, and this is some additional connector which is only available in Tableau desktop. Right, when you click on more, you have bunch of connectors. Okay, so these connectors are used to connect to these different data sources. For example, you have here Microsoft SQL Server. Here you need to provide the server name and username password, and then this will pull the data from your SQL Server. In the same way, you have SharePoint list. Okay, so let's say if you want to pull data from SharePoint list, you need to provide the URL of the SharePoint site, then username, password, and all this. In the same way, these all other work. Like we have Databricks connector here, we have IBM DB2, you have Teradata. So you may require to pause this screen if you want to, know all about these connectors. So I will not, go in details in this. And let me just connect to one of the spreadsheet which we have already seen. So you need to click on this Microsoft Excel. And one important thing, let's say you have the CSV files. So CSV file come under text file. So when you click on the text file, then you would be able to establish the connection to the CSV file. Right, so let me just connect to the Microsoft Excel. So we have sample one which we have already seen. So we have connected to this data source, and all the columns that we have seen over here and the rows. Okay, so these are listed here. That's why I just kept very few columns and rows so that you would be able to understand it easily. Else we could have millions of rows, but that makes that makes things complex. So this is all about the data connection and data sources. So we have seen that what are the kind of data sources and what are the data connectors available in Tableau and how to connect to the data source. Okay, thank you for joining this tutorial. I'll see you in the next one.
Hi, welcome all. In this tutorial, we will understand that what are the common data types available in Tableau. Okay, so as you can see that we have number, string, some geographic field types. We have data, date time, and some calculated field. Calculated field we will not see in this tutorial. We will see in the upcoming tutorial. So let me open the raw Excel sheet. This is the same Excel sheet which we connected with our Tableau in the last tutorial, right? So these are the if we just understand this Excel sheet, it is very simple, and these are the string values, these are some country specific values, these are numbers, this is some date field, and this is Boolean field, right? So let me just open the Tableau desktop. So this is the same, we have already seen that how to connect to this data source, so I'm not repeating that step here. So you can see that this is all the rows and columns we have that we have in this Excel sheet, right? So you can see that we have mentioned, I mean something Tableau has mentioned ABC ABC. So this is string. So whenever we import data to Tableau, do two things for you. First is that it assigns some role to the data, that is in measures and dimension, that we'll see in later tutorial. And other thing Tableau does is it assigns some data types to the Excel to the data source. So whatever the columns you import in from any of the data sources, it assigns some data type. For example, this denotes string, this is geographic field, right? So so usually Tableau checks its internal database and recognize these as a geocode fields and assign this globe icon to these geocode fields. Hash means numbers. This is the icon for the date, and let's say in our database we have the date time field. Then this is changed to date and time. So there is small icons over here that represent time, but we don't have in our data source. So let's ignore that one for now. And this one is the Boolean, true false. So in this way Tableau structured the data. And let's say if Tableau wrongly interprets your data, and let's say assign this as a assign city as a string field. So in that case you just need to click on this icon, and from there you have the option for the geographic role, and from here you can assign it to the county, country, city, whatever you want. In the same way, let's say you have this as a string, but you want this to be changed to integer. So you just go click on this and click on this number, decimal, or whole. Okay, so it just changes it to the string. Sorry, it to the number, but here it was a string, so it doesn't make sense. So that's why Tableau has not changed it, and it is a null. Okay, let me just change it to the string, and now you have all the data. So whatever the changes you do here, it will not be reflected to your underlying data source. Okay, so whatever the changes, even if you change the data type here, or even if you rename the field. Okay, so if you click here, you have the option to rename it. Okay, so if you rename this field as well, it will not be reflected in your data source. Okay, so this is all about this tutorial, okay, in which we have seen that we have number, data type, string, geographic roles we have seen, date, and date time was not present in our data source, that's why we have not seen this one, and calculated field we will see in our next few tutorials. Okay, thank you for joining this tutorial. Thank you. Welcome all. In this tutorial we will understand one of the most important concept in Tableau, that is dimensions and measures. So let me first open the Excel sheet that we'll use to connect to Tableau. So whenever we have any data source, there are two types of data in that. One is numerical, another is non-numerical. So we have F and G columns. These are the numerical data fields, and others are non-numerical data fields. So we can say that measures are usually mixed or numerical data, like we have total sales and profit recorded here, and dimensions are usually category type of fields. For example, name, department. So these are categories. In the same way, we can say that measures are quantitative because it quantifies something, and these are dimensions are qualitative. Dimensions are independent variables, you can say, and measures are dependent variables. Because if you plot total sales on the chart, it doesn't make any sense because it just the values. So these are the quantitative values, measures, and dimensions are qualitative values. So let me just open the Tableau and let's connect to this data source. So this is the Tableau Public. So to a file, Microsoft Excel, and then use sample. So you can see that I have another sheet that is no geocodes. So in this sheet we have three geocodes fields, that is country, state, and city. And in this sheet we have no geocode field. I'll later explain you why I have done this in this way. Right, so this is the sales division, and let me drag it here. So this is the data what we had in the Excel sheet. So let's go to the sheet 1. So whatever the you can see that these on the top one, these are the dimensions and these are the measures. So measures are the numerical value that we have already seen, and dimensions are usually categorical field or the label field, you can say. Right, so there are few measures and dimensions which are system generated or Tableau generated. For example, this measure name, this measure value, and this latitude and longitude fields. So measure names are, if you hover it, then it says that a generated field containing the names of each measure. Right, and measure value is the generated field containing the value of each measure. Just to understand it, let's say if we drag and drop it to the rows shelf, so it generates the value for the sales division, that is this field, profit records, that is this one, and total sales. So these are the measure values, right? And measure names contains the label name for these three values. Okay, for example, if I just put it on the filter shelf or filters card, and here if you click on the edit filter, so you will see that the count of sales division, that is the sales division, profit recorded, and total sales. So these three fields. So measure name contains the labels for these labels for the all the measures present in our data sources. Okay, so let me just click OK, and for example, if you remove this total sales from here, so total sales right now, let's see the value for it. Okay, so total sale is something 289, and this is same is shown over here, 28982. Okay, it just round off the value. Okay, so if you remove the total sales, then it will show the profit recorded. Okay, so this shows the profit recorded now, 4727. So if now see the filters here, so you can see that total sales has been gone from here. Right, so this is the measure names contain all the labels for these measures, and measure values are the obviously, as the name suggests, the values for the measures. Right, so let's remove this or clean this sheet. So there are one more field that is known as sales division count. So it just counts the number of records in the source. So we have here 10 records. Okay, so we have 10 records here. So it shows the 10 records in this field. So this denotes the number of records in your data source. Let me remove this one. Yeah, now from here, let's change this sales division to no geo fields. And now you can see that there are no geo fields on this data source, in this data source. So as you see that there is no geocode fields here, so Tableau has not generated latitude and longitude fields. So always remember that whenever you have geocode fields, you will find two additional measures here, right? So in this tutorial we have seen that what are the dimensions, what are the measures, what are the measure names, measure values, latitude and longitude. So thank you for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all.
In this tutorial, we will learn what is discrete and continuous fields. In the last tutorial, we have already seen that what are the dimensions and measures. So let me just open the Tableau Public. So this is the same data source what we have seen in the last tutorial. In the last tutorial, that this is 10 rows we have, and we have few columns here. So let's go to the sheet 1. And in we have seen that these are the dimensions and these are the measures. So now we need to consider if the fields are continuous or discrete. So continuous numbers can take any value in the range. For example, this total sales. Okay, total sales are number and it can take any value here, right? But discrete, these are the discrete fields, and they are usually distinct and have separate values. For example, these are the names, right? There is nothing between two names. But if you see about the continuous, then there are the numbers and it can take any value in the axis. So it can be your sales, profit. If you have the temperature, then it could be in the minus as well, negative number as well. So what happened that continuous fields create an axis and discrete field creates a label. So right now you can see that these are all the dimensions, and dimensions are discrete and your measures are continuous. However, it is not always true. So for example, you can change the dimensions to continuous. So here you need to click on convert to continuous, right? Then it will be changed to continuous. And one important thing, all the green icons that you see here, these are the continuous. So if you change anything to the discrete, then it will turn to the blue. For example, we have total sales, and if we change it to the discrete, then it will be turned to blue. So maybe you are not able to distinguish it, but this has been turned to blue now. And if I again change to continuous, then it again turns to green. As I already told that discrete creates the label. For example, if I drag it to the column shelf, and so these are the labels. And if I drag this to the row shelf, so if I drag total sales into the row shelf, right, so now it has created the axis. So total sales, you can say see that it is 0 to 8,000. So it has taken any value between 0 to 8,000 depend on our data source value. So it has created the axis. So always remember that if you have the continuous field, it will create an axis, and if you have the discrete field, it will create a label. So let me just clear this sheet. And now let's say we have this total sales, and if we change it into the discrete, so let's see what will happen. Convert to discrete. Previously it created the axis, but now it will create the labels. Let's drop it here. Sum of total sales, but it is the sum, so let's just welcome all. In this tutorial, we will understand the concept of aggregation and granularity. So let me open the Tableau Public. It is the same data source what we connected in the previous tutorials. Right, so we have here two of the measures, that is profit recorded and total sales. So measures are by default aggregated. For example, if I drag total sales to the rows, so it is aggregated on the basis of the sum. Right, we have the total sum, that is 4727. It is aggregated on the basis of the sum, and you can change the aggregation. For example, you want this to be average or median count, so you can use this from this option. You can change the aggregation here. So now let's drag total sales in the columns. So you see that we have only one mark here, because we have the total sales and total profit aggregated, both are aggregated, and it provides only one mark, right? And if we see in the data source, let's say, so total sales is total sale is 28,000 something, and total profit is 4,700. Okay, so if we go here, so total profit is 4,700 and total sales are 28,000. So it has given only 1 point. So dimension are used to provide the granularity in the chart. If I say granularity, it means that dimension are used to provide more details or level of details in the chart. For example, we have true false, that is sales target met. So if I drag it into the colors card, then we will get 2 points. So it means that sales target did not meet for these profit and sales details, and sales target met for these details, right? And if I remove this this detail, and if I provide let's say name here, and so name we have different for 10 rows, so we will get 10 points here, right? So you can see that this sales and profit both are measures, so measures are aggregated, and these are the dimension provide the granularity, right? So if we have some different chart, let's say if we have the bar chart, just remove this name, okay, and in total sales here, and we have department here. So you can see that total sale is around 29,000, but if I drag department here, then it is divided on the basis of the department. So now we have 3 points or three bars here, right? So it means that measures are aggregated always, and dimension provide the level of data in the view. So always remember that measures are aggregated and dimensions set the granularity in the view. So thank you to join this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.
Welcome all. First of all, congratulations that you have made this far, and I'm very excited to start this new section with all of you. So here we have one problem statement, and we need to solve it using the help of Tableau charts. So we will learn some new concepts here, and we will use our knowledge that we acquired in the previous tutorials, right? So this is all the fun that you will see in this section, because you will see the visualization, that how it is created and how it shows and how it is deployed, so it will be available to the larger audience, right? So let's see that what we have to do here. So here we have some data source, and in that data source we have customer information, and we need to find out the customers based on their total spending on each provided segment. So let me just open the Excel sheet, the data source. So this is the data source what we have, and so whenever we get any problem statement or whenever we want to create a chart, the most important thing is to understand the data, because once we understand the data, we will know that what are the columns we require in that chart. So creation of chart will be easy once we know the underlying data source. So here we can see that we have customer ID, customer name, segment. So in each segment we have to find out the customers who have spent the most, and this is the country, state, city of the customer, quantity of the items he purchased, and what is the purchase price, and what's the purchase date, right? So let's see that what was the our problem statement. So we need to find out the customer based on their total spending. So let's see that what are the columns we need in that. So we need the customer name, because obviously we need to find out the name of the customer. We need segment, because on the basis of the segment we need to find these customers. We don't need country, state, city, quantity, and purchase price. So we need the total spending in each segment. So somehow we need both these columns, because let's say we have this second customer, okay, he has purchased quantity of hardware, some segment in some product in the hardware segment, and the price for each product is 235. So somehow we need to just multiply this with 2 with the number of quantity, and then we will get the total spending for this customer for this segment. So in that way we need column B, column C, column G, and column H. Let's see the problem statement again. So create a bar should be fine. Total spending should be in dollars. Okay, that should be fine. First name of the customer should be visible in the chart. So we have the full name. So somehow we need to concatenate it and get the first name only. Every segment should be represented using different color. Okay, that should be fine. Show the total spending by each customer in the bar and remove it from the tooltip. And customer name should be appeared from the highest spending to lowest in each segment. Right, it should be sorted from highest to lowest. And at last we need to save and publish the visualization to Tableau Public. Right, so from next tutorial we'll see that how to accomplish all these steps and how to create our first visualization. Right, so thank you for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. In this tutorial we will start solving the problem which we discussed in the last tutorial. So we have the data source, and this is the Excel sheet. So this data source we discussed last time, that what are the fields we require, right? So this data source you will find, this Excel sheet you will find in the resources section of the last tutorial where we discussed the problem statement. You can download this Excel sheet from there. It will be helpful in this tutorial. Right, so let me first open the Tableau Public and then connect to this data source. Okay, so this is our Tableau Public. Let me connect to this Excel sheet. This is sample customer info. Okay, so these are all the columns here we have, and we have 20 rows. I believe I kept that less because to understand the problem, it's always good to start with the less amount of data, so that we can validate the data from our Excel sheet as well, that whether everything is fine or everything is showing fine on the charts. Right, so so here we will start with this point. Total spending should be in dollars, let's say. So first we have to find total spending. So you can see that we have the quantity and purchase price. So somehow we need to multiply this, and now we need to see that how to do this one. Right, so we have something in Tableau that is known as calculated field. Calculated field we have discussed a bit when we have gone through data type tutorial, but that time we told that we will see in detail later. Right, so let me just open the sheet 1, and let's right click anywhere on the sheet, or you can click here, and you have the option create calculated field. So this is your calculated field editor. Right, so just provide the name of the calculated field. Let's say it is total spending. So calculated field is used to customize your data source without changing anything in your actual data source. Right, so it means that you transform the data in Tableau itself, but it will not change anything on your data source, original data source. So whatever the changes we will do here, or whatever the additional field which we will add here, it will not be added on your original data source. Right, so this is your calculation field editor. You can see that this is the editor where you can type the formulas or something. This is your formula pane, or you can say that functions, and either you can scroll down to see all the function, and if you know that which function you want, you can just see it from here, for example, or all the string related functions are there. In the same way you have date related functions, and all these functions are here. Right, so our purpose is to get the total spending, and how we will get it? To multiply purchase price to the quantity. So just drag quantity here, right, and drag purchase price here. So it shows error, that calculation contains some error. So Tableau shows this thing. We know that to get it we need to multiply these two values. So just use the operator multiply, and now Tableau says that the calculation is valid. You can also use comments here, just double slash, and you can put the comments that what it is for. To calculate the total spending for each customer for each line item. We can say for each item to each line item. Okay. So now we have this total spending field, and you can see that it is this is the mark of the calculation field. So for example, this is our number, string, date. In the same way, we have this data type denotes as a calculation field, right? So if you, let's say if you view data now, so you will find one new field, that is the total spending, and you can see that purchase price, and here 235 into 2 some 471. So it is just the multiplication of these two fields. So in this tutorial we have seen that how to use the calculated field. In the next tutorial we will do this third point, that is only first name of the customer should be visible in the chart. Okay, so thank you for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. In the previous tutorial we have seen that how to create a calculated field, and we have created new calculated field that shows total spending. And now we will create, or we will see that how to get this done, that is only first name of the customer should be visible in the chart. So let me open the Tableau Public. So we have already connected to the data source in the previous step, right? So we have this customer name, and now we need to get the first name only from this field. So how to do it? So we have something known as split in Tableau, and we can split this this field to get the customer first name, last name, right? So what we need to do here, just click on this small icon, and we have the option here that is known as split, and there is another that is known as custom split. So in split, Tableau itself identify the delimiter or separator. For example, here we have the space, and if you click on the split, then Tableau split it into the two fields. Let's see that how it will be done. Click on the split, and you will see that you have two fields, that is customer name split 1 and customer name split 2. So let us just rename it. So now it is the first name, and this is the last name. So when we have seen there, so something we have that is custom split as well. So we will see that one as well, even though that is not required in our case, but to just understand the concept we will see this one. So let's first hide this column, that customer name we don't need anymore because we have first name and last name of the customer. So let's hide this. And as I already told you that whatever we are doing, or whatever the changes we are doing here, it is not making any change in our data source. Our data source will remain same, that is our Excel sheet. There is no addition of columns there. So we have, let's say we have this customer ID, and we need, let's say, US hyphen this last 41270 something, because if you see all are same. So we don't need these in middle portion values. We just need the first two alphabets as well as the last 4 digits. So let's split this one. So how to do this? We need to use custom split here. So we have the separator as hyphen. So use hyphen as the separator. So we need first US. So this is split of first. That is fine because we need the US. So it is the first it will be split on the basis of the first whatever they get before this first separator. Okay, so if you click on OK, then you will get custom ID, that is the customer ID split 1, that is the US only. And now we need this 41270 as well. So again we need to split this one, custom split, and again separator or delimiter, and here we need to use last. So whatever the value after the last splitter, we will get that one. So click on this. Now you get customer ID, cust ID split 1, cust ID split 2. So now we need to combine that as well. Anyways, first let's hide this field because we don't need this one. So we have two fields here. So let it remain as is. Don't rename this one. Let's go to the sheet 1. So when you go to sheet 1,
First thing you notice that these are all calculated field. Tableau consider these as the calculated field, right? And if you, let's say if you want to see the calculation here, then let's right click on this and click on edit. You see that this is the again calculated field editor what we have seen in the last section, and Tableau split that as per their internal function, or I mean as per their inbuilt functions. Okay, so Tableau uses this calculation field editor behind the scene, and they split this one and trim on the basis of the, let's say we need the first one or the last one, so it depends. So behind the scene, just remember that behind the scene these are the calculated fields. Okay, so now we have the customer ID split 1 and split 2, so we need to combine these. So in Tableau we have something called as combined field, but the problem there is that it is combined on the basis of the I mean the middle will be the comma. So let's say US, it will combine this US comma 41270, but we need US hyphen 4127 as our customer ID, right? So let's see that how it will work. So just first on the use control and select both the fields, and then you have create, and this is combined field. Okay, when you click combined field here, so you see that you get new field here, and if I just drag it here, you will see that this is comma. Okay, so both are combined but on the basis of the comma, so we don't need this one. I have just shown you to let you know the concept of the combined field. So let's delete this one, this combined field. Yes. So now we have these customer ID split 1 and split 2, that is US and some number, right? And if we now we need to create a calculated field again to concatenate both these string. So create calculated field, cust ID, and then use customer ID split 1 and customer ID split 2. It shows an error that it is not the valid one. Okay, use plus will concatenate the string, and we need this hyphen in between. So just use these calculation, and here just mention the hyphen and use this one sec here. Okay, so it again shows an error. Okay, so let's see that why the error is coming. Cust ID already exists. Okay, so just use customer ID here. Okay, and now the calculation is valid. You can use double quotes as well, there should not be any problem, right? So now we have the customer ID field, and just drag it. Let's see that what it shows. Yes, we need US hyphen 41270. Okay, and if you need one space between that, you have the option to edit that field. So we have customer ID, edit, and just use the space. Okay, you can see that it has been changed. Now we have the space as well. So we are not using this customer ID field here, but I just wanted to show you that how this custom split work and how you can concatenate it, or how the calculation field work here in the case of a string. Okay, so just remove this one. So let's see our data here. So we have everything we want. Total spending we have the first name here. We don't need these two, custom ID split. Just remove this one or hide this one, just delete this one. Okay, so it is the dependence on the customer ID, so we cannot delete this one. So just hide these, hide. So now let's see the data. So now we have the customer ID, first name, last name, and we have total spending. So we have everything what we want here, right? So in this tutorial we have seen that how to split or custom split to get the first name of the customer, and also we have seen that how to use the string concatenation in case we need to do some operation on the string. So thank you for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one, and there we will see another points that we want to complete to get this chart. Thank you. Welcome all. So in the previous tutorials we have seen that how to get the first name of the customer as well as how to get the total spending. So from the problem perspective we have everything now, that is we have the segment, we have total spending, we have the customer first name, right? So before starting to create the chart, let's understand one more concept to organize the data, and that are known as hierarchies. So let me open Tableau Public. So here we have seen that Tableau itself organized few of the fields in this way. Okay, so these are the hierarchies. So if you see this tree symbol or this organization chart kind of symbol, so this is the symbol of the hierarchies. So hierarchies allows us to organize the dimensions in our data. For example, we have some related data or related fields, so we can organize that into the hierarchies. So let's see that how to create the hierarchies, and then later we will see that what are the use of it, right? So let's say we need to just organize this data, that is customer data, first name, last name, and the customer ID into one hierarchy. Right now we have only few of the fields, but let's say we have 50 or 100 field. In that case this concept is really very important. So there are two ways to do it. So first, select all the fields which you want in the hierarchy, and then right click on this, and then you have the option hierarchy or create hierarchy. Click on this. So provide the name, that is customer info, and then click on OK. So now you can see that Tableau has created the hierarchy with the name customer ID, first name, last name, and you can organize the members in it. Let's say you want customer ID to be in the last. So there is another way to create the hierarchy. So let's delete this one. So once we delete the hierarchy, it doesn't delete the member, it is just came out of that hierarchy. Just remove hierarchy, and you see that still we have the same members here, right? So we have now see what is the other way to do it. So just drag and drop the field on another field, for example last name to be dropped in first name, then it has created the hierarchy for you. So now you can see that we have first name, last name, and just drag this name as well, sorry, customer ID as well. So now you have the hierarchy with the first name, last name, customer ID. Just rename it with the name customer info. So for example, you want to use state field in customer info hierarchy as well, even though it doesn't make any sense, but just to understand the concept, just right click on this, then create on duplicate. It will create a duplicate field, and just drag and drop this field in the customer info hierarchy. So you can use this field here as well and in different hierarchy as well. So one field can be in the different hierarchies, right? So let me just remove this one, I don't need it here. So let me just remove it, or okay, so that I have deleted it from that hierarchy. Okay, so now we have customer info and country, state, city. So we have to let's change it to rename it with the name of the address details, right? So let's see that what are the use of that. So we use hierarchy in view, we can drill up and down along the field of the hierarchy. So what does it mean? Let's just drag and drop to the rows. So now we have, you can see that we have the country only, and country we have only the name of United States, because in our data we have only one country. So we have, yep, we have country only, that is the United States here. Just organize it better, country, city. Okay, so now we have country, state, city, where it is. Okay, yeah, we have country, state, city, so we have only one country here, right? So because this, now we can drill down this, so click on this plus button, and you can see that now you have the country, state, and you can again click on the plus button, then you have country, state, city. In the same way, click on the -1, and then your city will be removed. So for example, now we have to see that for which state and which city have the what is the spending against each city and state. So simply total spending need to be go to this one text marks card, and here you can see that you have total spending. So just if you don't understand this one, just leave it as of now. I just wanted to show you the concept of the hierarchies, right? So hierarchy are used to organize your data, and it is very important you to just make your data looks cleaner, right? So in this tutorial we understood the concept of the hierarchy, and in the next one we will continue with our this problem statement solutions. Thank you to join this tutorial. Welcome all. In this tutorial we will create a bar chart. We have already completed point 2 and 3, not exactly the 2 because we need to show it in the dollars, that we'll see, but we now have the total spending column as well as the first name, right? So in order to complete this one, we need to find the customer based on their total spending in each segment, and customer name should be the first name only. So now we have the first name, we have the total spending, we have the segments, right? So let's create a bar chart. Let me open the Tableau Public. So it is just the continuation from the last tutorial. Let's again see the problem statement. So we have to show the customers based on the total spending. Okay, so on the we need total spending measure first to include in the bar chart. So from here we will drag the total spending on the rows shelf, right? So it is as we already know that measures are aggregated, so it is aggregated on the basis of the sum, and we need to find on every customer how much they have spent. So we need to get the first name from here and drag that into the column. So from here we can see that all the customer who have spent on any of the segments, right? So bar chart is used to compare data across categories, and the length of the bars tells us the for which category has the highest value, right? So here we can see that John has spent $5,143, and then second one is the Scott. Okay, so bar represent the total value of that category. So till now we got the customer name along with their spending. Till now we have not considered segment information. Now to add the segment information, just drag the segment and drop it here. Okay, you see one arrow in the columns. It means that it will be shown over here. So when you drop it here, you can see that segments created the pane. So this furniture, hardware and software, these are the panes, and these are the labels. So first name creates the label here, and segment creates the pane. And let's suppose if we switch it, that is first name would be in before segment, then first name creates the pane here and segments creates the label. But we don't need in this way, so simple, move it back. So we have got the customers based on their total spending in each segment, because we have these 3 segments and we know that these are the customer who purchase something in this segment, and these are the customer who purchase from hardware segment, and again these are the customer who purchase in the software segment. So we have completed our problem statement, and you can verify the data from the original data source as well, right? That how much for example, let's take an example of Steve, and okay, let me close this one. Steve is $954 spending the software, and if we see the data of Steve, so where is the Steve? Yep, Steve is here. Okay, so Steve is 954. Okay, that's why I always keep less number of rows so that it will be easy to validate if we want to. So in this tutorial we have seen, or we have created the bar chart, and in the next tutorial we will just do the
do the other stuff, that is we will provide the colors to these bars, and then we will complete the point number 4, and then after that we will see the formatting of the chart. So thank you for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. In continuation to the previous tutorials, so in this tutorial we will see the 4th point here, that every segment should be represented using a different color. So let me just open the Tableau Public. So it is the same what we completed in the last tutorial. So here the requirement is that furniture, hardware and software, all these panes should have the separate color. So these bars should be of these bars of the panes should be of different colors. Like this should be different color, this should be, and this should be. So something we have to do with the furniture, hardware and software. So in order to provide the colors to the different segment, we will use Tableau's colors marks card. So how to use it? So either you can just drop the segment from your data pane to the color, or you can press Ctrl and then drop the segment from column shelf to the colors marks card. Okay, so let's drop the segment from the data pane to color, and now you can see that Tableau has assigned different color to each of the segment. Let me just move this segment legend from right to left so that we will have better visibility. So now we have the different color for the furniture, hardware and software. Let's say if you want to change the color of these bars, click on the color and click on edit color. So this Tableau has assigned some color to these by its own understanding, let's say. And if you want to change it, so either we can directly change it from here. For example, furniture you want orange, hardware you want blue, software you want, let's say, brown. So in this way you can do, and then click on apply. Okay, so you can see that it has been changed and legend has also been updated. The other way to do is that to assign the palette, assign the color palette. So how you do it? So just choose any one from here. So let's say you choose this green, orange and something. So let's choose this one, click on assign and then click on apply. Okay, so you can see that this has been updated as per our choice. But that let's change again, because this there is hardly any distinguish between the furniture, hardware. So let's go again here, edit color, and hardware, let's say we need it blue. So now click on apply. Okay, so now we have the different color for each of the segment. So you can see that this is very much important to make your chart appealing, and because colors are very important to distinguish it in the way that is good for the readability perspective, right? So in this way you can use color to provide the different colors in your chart. So thank you for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. In this tutorial we will do some formatting in our chart, and also try to complete few of the points here. So let's go through it, what we have done till now. Create a bar chart, yes, we have done. Total spending should be in dollars. No, that we have not done. It is not right now, it is not displayed in dollars. Only first name of the customer should be visible, that yes, that we have done. Every segment should be represented, yes, that we have done. And show the total spending, okay, that we have not done. Okay, let's open the Tableau and first change the total spending in dollars, because right now it is not in the dollar format. Okay, so let's see that how to do it. So we have purchased total spending here. Just right click on this, and then we have the default properties. Click on this one, and then you have number format. Click on this, and then you have something like currency, standard or custom. You have the custom, and then display unit you can just leave that one. So it is right now in the rupees, that is the Indian currency. Let's change it to the dollar, right? And we have the decimal places, we don't need it in decimal. Display unit, let's not do this one as well, so it is the dollar. Okay, click here. So you can see that now we have the amount in the dollars. Okay, so for changing the properties, you can change the default properties here from the feed itself. Just right click here and then change the default property. You can change many properties here in number format as well. Let's say the percentage something you have, and you have some numbers, so you can all change the properties here. Also, let's do some general formatting. Let's provide the name of the sheet. Let's say it is total spending. So when you change the name, it is also changed over here. But if you want to change the name, you can again, provide your name something, or change the formatting from here. For example, you want to do it bold, then you can do it from here. You want to underline, italics, so whatever you want to do, you have the option to do it from here. So let's we have changed it, so it is displayed here. And in the same way, let's say if you want to show the total spending on the bar itself, which was one of our requirement, right? So how to do it? So we have this total spending, and just drag to the label. When you drag it to the label, it will shown on the bars, right? So we have now it is shown over here. And there was another requirement that it should not be shown in the tooltip. So we have the marks card for the tooltip, that is this one. Click on this, and then we don't want to show it total spending here because we have already shown on the bars. Just remove it from here. Click on OK. Now we have pretty good chart here, and let's do some more formatting. And let's say you want to format this label. Right click on this, click on the format, and here you can just change the font, or if you want to do anything, but we are not doing anything here. And for this, it is pretty clear that these are the segment, these are the first name. So if you want to hide this label, right click on this, hide field labels for columns. Click on this, so your label will be gone. Now if you want to change this this label here, this axis label, right click on this, click on edit axis, mention the name of the change the title from here, total spending by each customer. If you want to do other formatting changes as well, you can use the same one, same screen. For example, you want to fix the axis or change the tick mark on the axis, you can do from here. Let's not do it. And let's say you want to change the formatting of these labels, right? Let's say we want in the let's do it. Let's see that what are the options available first. So these are the label. Okay, right click on this and click on the format. Now you have the two things, axis or pane. Just go to the pane. Now you have the numbers, that is click on this, and you have the currency custom, and you have the let's say we want it in the thousands. Click on 1000, and we want 2 decimal places, right? So we want in dollar, we don't want in different currency, right? So just click on, it will be saved. Just close this one. So now we have pretty good chart here in which label is mentioned, and we have already removed that from the tooltip, that this value, because we wanted only on the bars. So that we have done. So what all we have done, we have just renamed it, renamed the title, rename the axis, remove the label from this pane, and add this label on the bars, remove the tooltip. So we have covered, I think, pretty all the stuff that we wanted to do. And yeah, so let's see that what is remaining. Okay, so we have done 5th point, we have done. Now we have to, and 2nd point we have done in this tutorial. Okay, in the next tutorial we will see that how to sort this from highest spending to the lowest spending each segment. So thank you for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. In the previous tutorials we have completed these 5 points, and in this tutorial we will complete this 6th point, that is customer name should be appeared from highest to lowest spending for each segment. So let's start with that. So this is the chart that we have created till our last tutorial. We have here the customer names along with their spending, but we need to sort this from highest to lowest. So it means the Scott should be the first in this pane, and Phil should be the last. In the same way, John is first in that, and Neil should be the last. Right, so let's start and see that how to do it. So the easiest way is there is one sort icon here. Okay, so if you click on that, it will be sorted. It will sort the chart. So let's click. So sorted descending by sum of total spending within first name, and if you click one more time, then it will be ascending order sort. But we need a descending, that is from highest to lowest. So yeah, so this will work for us. But let's say if we have some we need to sort the chart by some field which is not available in the view itself. So let's see how to do it. So for a temporary purpose, let me create one new worksheet, and here let's say we have total spending, and which is divided again as per the first name. So we set the granularity as per the first name. So now we have to sort it as per the number of quantity ordered. So let's say a person has ordered the any quantity, and it should be in the descending order. That means highest to lowest. So let's see how to do it. So click on the first name here, and you have the option to sort. Click on the sort, and it asks for the sort by. So select field and descending order, and now we need to see field name. So here you will get all the fields which are present in the data source itself. So select quantity from here, and the aggregation is sum. So it has sorted on the basis of the quantity, right? So now sorry. So now we know that how to show the label. So let's show the quantity on the label. So drag the quantity on the label, and then we will see that. So you can see that it has been sorted as per the quantity ordered by individual, by each customer, and this quantity has not been available on the in the view itself, but we have sorted something which was not available in the view but was available in the data source. So if you want to do in that way, then this icon will not help you. You have to go from the sorting here. Sorry, not this one. Yeah, for here. So this is, you can see that this is our continuous measure. So for continuous measure, sorting is not available. That's why you are not able to see that option here. Let's say if we change it to discrete for a time being. So if you click here, you will find the sort. So you get the sort here. Let me change it to the continuous again. Hopefully this concept is clear to you. There is one more thing that is known as manual sort. Click on this icon, then you have the sort, and you can see that sort by field and all. So you have option here manual. Select the manual, and here you have the option to do it by yourself. For example, you want Jeff to be on the top, then you can change it as per your okay, just close this one. So now Jeff is on the top, and our normal sort, that is known as computed sort, that we have seen initially with the quantity, and so that is dynamic in nature. So for example, let's say Bill has ordered 8 or 9 more items, then he will be automatically be at the top position at the first number. But manual sort will be fixed. So whatever you select in the manual sort, it will remain as is, right? So so we understood the concept. Let me delete this sheet. We don't need this one. So let's open the our problem statement. So we have sort this out from the highest spending to the lowest for each segment. So we have completed all these points, and the last one is the save and publish the visualization to Tableau Public, that we will see in the next tutorial. So thank you for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. So we have completed our all the steps. Only we need to publish the visualization to Tableau Public. So we have created the bar chart, we have done formatting as per the requirement. So everything is done, and it looks really beautiful, the chart. And let me just open Tableau Public. So this is the chart that we have created, and it looks so neat. So it is very much clear that Scott spent most in furniture, John spent most in hardware, and Jeff spent most in software. So it is very much clear from the chart perspective. And let's see that how to save it to Tableau Public. So now we have to save it to Tableau Public. Click on the file here, save to Tableau Public, and you need to provide the workbook title here. So I provided bar chart customer spending. Click on the save button. If it is already exists, because I saved it in the after the previous tutorial. Okay, so overwrite it, yes. So you can see that it is publishing the view. So if you have not connected to Tableau Public till now, so when you click on the save, it will ask you username and password of Tableau Public. So just provide the Tableau Public username and password, and then Tableau will publish the chart to your Tableau Public account. So now this chart is available to all who will have this URL, because it is on the internet. And so in this tutorial we have seen that how to create the bar chart, as well as how to do formatting and all other stuff. In the next tutorial we will see some new concepts, and if we have the filter on the chart, so it will be available here as well. But in our chart there was no filter, so that's why it was not showing. But in our next chart we will try to include filter functionality as well. So it really looks nice, and thanks all for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. So congratulations, we have completed this section and we have created our bar chart. So this is just a conclusion slide. So what we have covered in this tutorial or in this section, I just listed down here. So we have seen how to create the calculated field. We have seen the string concatenation, and we have also seen the combined field. So that is combined by using comma. So we have not used it, but we have seen that how to do it. We have seen the split and custom split, when we split our first name from the full name, as well as the custom split when we use this customer ID. But again, we have not used that one in the chart, but we have seen the concept. Apart from that, we have seen the hierarchies, that how to create the hierarchies and how to use it. And after that, we have seen the formatting, that how to format the labels, how to format the axes, or how to add the colors, and how to label the chart. After that, we have seen computed and manual sort, and in the last we have seen how to publish the visualization to Tableau Public. So this all we have covered, and in the next tutorial we will see some more exciting stuff here. And thank you for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. So first of all, congratulations to all of you that you have completed the previous problem statement. And in this section we will see one more problem, and we will learn new concept to solve that problem. Right, so let's see that what's the problem that we are going to solve in this section. So here we have to find out the most profitable seller states in the USA. So we have one global superstore order details database, and that has all the data, and from that data we need to find the profitable states. So let's see what we have to do here. Create a line chart. The first point is that create a line chart to show total sales over time for each segment. And okay, so let's first see the data source. So we have this data source in which we have customer ID, customer name, segment, seller country, seller state, and seller city, quantity, total sales, ship date, and profit. So let's first see that what is the requirement in this problem statement. So create a line chart to show total sales over time for each segment. It means that over time. So we need ship date, we need line chart to show total sales over time for each segment. So we need ship date, we need total sales here, and we need segment. Right, so these three columns we require to do the first point, currency, that we have already seen in the previous tutorial, so that it will be easy. Apply filters, fine. Create a map chart to show top 10 seller states in the USA based on profitability. So we need profit column as well. So we need profit column, ship date, total sales, seller state, and seller country and segment. So these all columns are needed. Quantity is not required here. Okay, this one is not required. Apart from that, C, D, E, F, H, I, J. So all these columns are needed. Create a cross tab to show the top 10 overall profitable states along with total sales. That's fine. After that, create a dashboard to include line and map chart and publish it on Tableau Public and download the published chart in PPT. Right. So now we understood the problem statement. So we have so much to learn here. So let's go to the next tutorial, and thanks for joining this one. Welcome all. In this tutorial, we will start working on the first point, that is create a line chart to show total sales over time. So line chart is especially useful when you want to see the changes in data over time. For example, you want to see that whether sales are going up or not, what is the future trend in the data. So let's open the Tableau Public and then connect it to our Excel, our data source. So we have some order details. So this Excel sheet you will find in the resources section of the previous tutorial where we discussed the problem statement. So these are all the columns here. So go to the sheet 1. So this is the hierarchy here. So let's rename it. So let's mention seller location, and also we have total sales and quantity we need in the dollar. So let's change it, not quantity, total sales and profit. So go to the default properties, number format, it's custom, it's rupees, so it is the Indian currency. So first change it to the here locale, it should be English United States, then it will be automatically come as dollar. So you can see that now it is dollar. We don't need any decimal places, so change it to 0, click on OK. Same thing we will do in the profit as well. Go to the default properties, number format, currency standard, change it to English United States, currency dollar, yep, 0 decimal places, all done. So we need total sales over time. So drag total sales here, not here, sorry, in the rows. So this is order total sales. Now we need to break it on the basis of the order date or the seller ship date. So just drag the ship date to column shelf. So you can see that this is the discrete year because it is shown in the blue here. Okay, we need the continuous one. So if you click on this drop down, then it will show this the top pane, it is the discrete one, and this pane is the continuous one. So we need the continuous. So let's say we need on the basis of the month, right? So let's understand what was the discrete. So if we change on the basis of the month, then it consolidate all the month May. Let's say this is the example of the month May. So it will consolidate all the years on the basis of the month. So it is not, even though the data is from 2015, it is 2012 to 2015, this Superstore data, but it will just provide you the 12 points. Let's change it to the month. So it is like January to December, and there is only 12 points here. So if I change it to the bar chart, you will understand easily. See, so it is the, let's say June, but it is a June. This is a consolidated sum of year 2012 to 2015 June. Okay, it just created the label for you, but we don't need this one. So we will use date value. That's why it is mentioned over here, the example as well, so that you will understand that this is the date value and this is the date part. We don't need that date part, we need date value. So click on the month here and automatic, because it is the trend is usually we use the line chart for the trends. Even that's why when you click on the automatic, Tableau also suggests the line chart. So this is our line chart, and this is total sales over month, but we need for the each segment wise, because our requirement is that create a line chart to show total sales over time for each segment. So what we have to do here, we need to provide the granularity in the chart on the basis of the segment.
So we have this segment, just drop it to the colors mark card. So when you drop it to the colors marks card, you will see that now we have the all these hardware, software and furniture data here. So it has been broken on the basis of these three segments. So even if you want to click here, so it will be highlighted only for this segment. So let's change it to the, or let's drop it to the left so that we will have more space. So in this tutorial we just created the very basic chart, and the next tutorial we will see that how to apply the filters here. So thank you for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. In the previous tutorial we have created a line chart, and also we have changed the currency in dollars. Now in this tutorial we will complete this third point, that is apply filter, so that user can select the particular segment. So let's start from where we have stopped in the last tutorial. So this the chart we have created, and you can see that we have filter shelf here. So whatever the filter we want to apply, we need to drop it here. So for example, we need to apply a filter on the basis of the segment. So drop it here. So let's say we need all three right now. Click on this, and just on this drop down, click here and just select show filter. So when you select show filter, so you will get the filters here. So in this, if you just remove the filter, as remove the checkbox, and then the data will be shown only for that selected filter or selected segment here in this case. So by this you can apply the filter, and you can change this. For example, you don't want this all here, or you want some different way to see it, or you don't want all the values should be selected here. So just go here and then click on the either it's a single value list if you want. For example, if you want only single segment should be selected, then you can do in this way. If you want multiple value list, which was by default as well, and if you want, let's say, single value slider, so for each value you will get the slider. So it is the all, and you can also navigate from here. If you don't want to show the title, just remove this one, so title will be gone. But we need, let's say we need the title here. And if you don't want to show all values, just remove the checkbox here, so it will not show the all values, it will show only the one value at a time. So let's say we want single value list, so click here, and we also want show all. So now we have, if you click on this, then all the values will be shown. If you click on the individual, then only this segment will be shown. So this is the one way to create the filter. So let's remove this one. Okay, so now we don't have any filter. So another way is that this is segment, click on this and click show filter. So it directly shows the filter. I mean, it is the one step process, because here because in the previous one you need to show filter from here as well. So you need to drop it here and then show filter, but in this case you will get directly filters from here itself. So let's again change it to the single value list, and we have different let's see what are the options available we have for the filter. Click on the filter. So you can see that we can use whatever the value from here as well. If you want to select by default any value, you have some wildcard here, that if you have many members, then you can use wildcard which matches certain criteria that will be shown on the basis of that. You have conditions, right, that on the basis of some formula or by field, and you have top as well. So it is, if you click on the top, then you will have top and bottom. So if you want top 10 on the basis of the sum or something, so you can use that as well. So we will not use anything here. So we just need filter on the basis of the segment. So that we understood here. So thank you for joining this tutorial, and in the next tutorial we will start the map. Welcome all. So in this tutorial we'll create a map chart to show the top 10 seller states in the USA. So it should be on the base of the profitability. So let's see that how to do it. So this is the work we have done already. So we need the new sheet. So let's rename it this sheet first.
So it should be like total sales over time. Let's make it. Okay, total sales over time, and let's say we need most profitable US state. Now we have these geocode fields here. So let's drag and drop seller state to the view. So you can see that right now these we have few errors, that is 853 unknowns. Let's see that why it is happening. Click on this, click on edit location. So it is unrecognized, so let's change it to none for a time being. And then we have 78 issues. Okay, so leave it as is, 78 unknowns. Okay, so let's so what happens here, what we have seen here, when we drop the seller state to the view, Tableau has done two things for you. First is that it assign the seller state to the detail mark card, and second one is that it has generated the longitude and latitude. So what happens that whenever it sees any geocode field, and then it just map it or compare it with its internal geocoded database and assign some latitude and longitude as per the values Tableau refers to. So we have now we have all this circle for each of the states, but our requirement is to get the top 10 states of the United States. So let's put the filter here. So drag the country to the filters and then select USA from here. Okay, it's United States here. Click on OK. So you will see that we have the United States, but still we have 3 unknown values. Let's see that what is the issue here. Okay, so there is some ambiguity. Maybe these state present in some other country as well, that we don't know. But let's fix this one. So let's fix the country to United States. Okay, so now the values has gone and the error has also gone now. So now we have all the states, and you can see that this circle is at the center of each state and with the similar size. So let's see that if we need to get the first, let's see that we need to get the total sales, and then we will see the profitability, which is the requirement of our question, our problem. Okay, so just drop the total sales first on the size. So as per the sales done in the, as per the sales happened in the in these state, so this circle has been changed. So you can see that California has the highest sales here, and the lowest one is the $235 and the highest one is 298,000, and the middle one is in the just in the proportions of top and of the highest and the lowest values. So let's provide some border to these circles so that it will be visible. I mean, it will be better visible. Click on the color, border, black. So now you can see that it the border has been applied here. And let's drop the profitability or the profit field to the colors, so that these color will be changed as per the profit values. So you can see that now the colors has been changed, and California is the highest profit because it shows that $8 is a negative one, that's why it is in the parenthesis, and the highest one is this 42,000 something, and the highest color is the darker one, and the low these are the lighter. So you can see that this all the lighter one have the lesser profit, and all the dark one are having the more profit. So it is being shown as per the color. So now we have to see the top 10. So again we need to apply the filter on the states, so that we will find the top 10 states based on the profit values. So drop the seller state to the filter, and we don't need any because we need all. Go to the top tab here. So we need top 10 on the basis of the profit. So select total profit or profit here, profit, sum of the profit, that should be fine. Click on the OK. So what happened here? We selected the 10 values, but it is showing 3 values. Why it is happening in that way?
all the filters in the marks card work independently and have the hidden and condition. It means that seller state, it finds all the top 10 seller state among all the countries. It is not in the United States because there is no order of these filters. So it found only 3 state which is part of the United States, right? So it found 10, but when it applies the filter that is between United States and then top 10 states, then it finds only 3 state which holds the true condition for this filter. That's why it is showing 3 states only here. That is California, Texas and New York here. But our requirement is to show the top 10 states of the USA. So what we have to do, somehow we need to set this filter prior to this. It means that when United States is fixed as a country, then find us the top 10 profitable state in the USA. So how to do it? So we have something known as context filter. So we need to create the context filter or apply the context filter on this seller country equals to United States. So click on the drop down, click on add to context, and just see that when we do it, we will get 10 states here. Got it? So now we have 10 states because this, and the color has also been changed for this state. Now it is showing in the darker color because this is the context filter, and you can also remove from context from this option. Then again you will have 3 states. So let's do it to that to context here. So now we found the top 10 state of the USA on the basis of the profitability, and this was our requirement. So thank you for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. So in this tutorial we will see that how to create a crosstab, and it will show the top 10 overall profitable states of the US along with total sales. So we need 2 columns in that crosstab. So crosstab are also known as data table, and it is used to show the data in the Excel form itself, like in the way it is shown in the Excel, that in the tabular format. So it is not very much visually appealing, but we use it sometime for the reference purpose, or if we have lesser number of data, and then only we use it. So let's see that how to do it. So let's create one more sheet here. Give the name as top 10 states, and let's see that how to do it. So we want top 10 states here. So let's drag the hierarchy. Let's work from the hierarchy. So drag it here to the rows. Expand it so that we will have seller state as well. So now we need to filter it on the basis of top 10 states. So drop the seller state in the filters card, and here use the top condition and by field. So we need So we need top 10 overall profitable states. Okay. So top here and total sales sum, right? Okay, so you can see that now we have the 10 states. That's why in the previous tutorial when we have seen that United States, initially it was showing 3 states only, because from the top 10 overall states, United States contribution is only 3. That's why there you were seeing only 3 states. So now we have the country state, that should be fine. We want total sales here. So let's see how to do it. Just drag total sales to the text here, or you can directly drag it to here. In the both way, it shows in the text itself, because here as well it's a text card and it shows the total sales on the text card here. Now we want total profit as well for the each state. So again we have to drag this to the text, or we can drag it to here as well. So I'm dropping it here. Just let's observe that what are the changes will be done on this chart. So there are few changes. First is that Tableau brings some measure name here, measure values here, and measure value shelf here, and also it added measure names in the filter. So measure name on the column shelf divide the space so that both measure values are separate column for each profit and total sales respectively. Using measure value here as a label tells Tableau to include the data from the selected measures in the crosstab. The measure value shelf can be used, the measure value shelf can be used to reorder the values displayed in the view. And we can also notice that we have something known as measure names filter here, and if we right click on this and click on edit filter, then profit and total sales has been selected because it has been displayed in the crosstab as well. So it is important to remember that changing the measure name filter will change the measures that are included in the crosstab. So for example, if you select quantity, then it will be applied in this filter as well. So we don't need in this crosstab as well. So we don't need quantity, so remove this from the measure shelf. So now we have the profit and total sales. So that we wanted to achieve in this tutorial. So in the next tutorial we will see how to create the dashboard. So thank you for joining this one. Welcome all. In this tutorial we will see that how to create the dashboards. So dashboard is the way to consolidate the views on a single screen. So let's see that how to do it. So we have three individual worksheet here. So let's remove the legends which we don't want. For example, this we don't require. Just hide this card. Sum of profit, it is already visible on the hover, so just hide this as well. And total sales over time, let's say we need to filter it on the basis of ship date as well. So just move it on the filters card, choose range of dates, click on the next, and then the data is from 2012 to 15. Click on the OK and click on this show filter as well. So now you have the ship date card as well here, so you can change to update the data. Okay, let's not do it. So here we don't have any filter, that should be fine. Okay, so now let's create the dashboard. Click on this 4 square here. Rename the dashboard as Superstore. Okay, Superstore orders analysis. Now we have all the sheet present. This is the dashboard pane on the left side. So we want map to be at the top of the of this view. So we have the map here. So let's have top 10 states at the bottom here, and we want most total sales line chart as well. So just drag it here. Okay, so let's change the size of the dashboard. So you have something here, range, fixed size, automatic. Let's click on the automatic. So now we have ample space here. So let's shorten this one. Okay, so this is our dashboard. It is the most profitable US state, top 10 states we have, total sales over time here. So now what we have to do, we want this, when you click on any of the state, then we want this chart to be updated. So let's see that how to do it. So use as a filter. So if you click on this one, this is the use as a filter. Now if you click on any state, you can see that these charts has been updated. Right, because only California is present, I mean 3 states there. So if you click on any other state, so it will be gone from this chart, right? But we don't want this in this way. We want when you click any of these state, but if you select any of the state, then only total sales over time should be changed, not the top 10 state. We want this to be always remain as is. So we will not do from here. Rather, we will create an action. Click on the dashboard. Click on the actions, click on the add action here, and we have few options. We will use the filter one. Click on filter, give name it, leave it as filter one only.
and you want it on the select. Click on select, and we want on the most profitable US state, because this chart name is the most profitable one, and target sheet we want only total sales over time, we don't want top 10 state. And when we clear the selection will be leave the filter. Clearing the selection will, I mean, when you leave, when you deselect it, or if you click anywhere else on the chart, then it will show all values, right? So for as of now we will just go with these setting. Click on OK. So now let's see that how it goes. So you can see that when we change it, this chart will be changed, but there is no change on this chart top 10 states. So it looks beautiful. And also you can select hardware, software, so this will be updated. So now we need to save this to the Tableau Public. Click on the file, save to Tableau Public, give it the name Superstore Data Dashboard. Click on save. So it will publish our dashboard on Tableau Public. You can play with the filters here. So for example, you want to download it as a PDF or PowerPoint presentation, you need to click on this icon, and then you can download it as an image, Crosstabs, PDF, PowerPoint. So you have the option here. So it will be downloaded on your local machine. So in this tutorial we have seen that how to create the dashboard, and also that how to publish and how to download it on as a PowerPoint presentation or PDF. So thank you for joining this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome all. First of all, congratulations to all of us that we have completed this section. So in this section we have learned the following: line chart. We created the line chart to show sales over time, and also we learned discrete and continuous date field. And after that we have learned filters, that how to apply the filters, and what is the use of context filter, what are the priority of the filter, that context filter always have the higher priority, or it is applied before the actual filters. And after that we have seen that how to create the maps using the state field. And after that we have seen that what are the uses of crosstabs and how to create the crosstabs, how the measure names and measure value plays the importance in the crosstabs. And after that we have seen that what are the dashboards, how to create the dashboard, how to apply the actions in dashboard, and how to filter one view in the dashboard on the basis of the other. And in the last we have seen that how to save the dashboard in the Tableau Public, and then download that to dashboard or the views as PDF or PPT to your local machine. So thanks all for joining this tutorial.